What's up, guys? It's the Chain Soldier, and today I have some Diablo 3 for you. Now, I know Diablo 3 is an older game, came out in 2012, but I'm really into like dungeon crawling games like that where you just quest and quest and quest, and you got a linear storyline, but not really anything else. I hope to turn this into a series, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I will talk to you guys at the end of the video. Alright, and we're in game. Now, I am playing the Crusader because that is what I have been used to playing. And I can't imagine playing any other class. But I know Crusaders are kind of OP and easy to play with because they got such high damage and high health, but I will I won't make it look too easy, or try not to. I'm just skipping the parts because I've listened to them all before. So hopefully I can make this a series. I mean, I know I'm not talking into the camera at the moment because I'm playing the game. But I really want to turn this into a series simply due to the fact that I love this. Like, this style of gaming, like I said in the intro. I like dungeon crawlers and everything like that. Stuff where you get items, level up, things like that. I used to like MMOs, but within the last kind of like year or so, I've faded off from it. I know on Chained, I did not on Chained, on Fallen, I did a couple World of Warcraft episodes. And that was just me and a couple of people just fooling around and not taking anything seriously, doing any missions, stuff like that. But it's just kind of there, honestly. But I will try to go through rather quickly. I will only show you guys like the bigger fight scenes, or when I have something to say. I won't, because I know almost exactly every way to go in almost all the parts to get where I want to go on the first try. So I'm not running in blind. But I do like to grind because it gives me an advantage in like the boss fights, and the higher in level I am, the more skills I have, the easier a time I have facing enemies, the less life I lose, everything like that. So I like to grind it out and kind of be above level that you're supposed to be. So I'm not just like sitting there having a tough time during a boss fight. You know, I just go through and I'm just like, that was simple. And I also like the fact that hard enemies at the start of most dungeon crawlers, like Wretched Mothers in Diablo and things like that, they become kind of like common enemies. You can fight them without any problem. And I mean, the mother can't be far. I have to kill one to get the mother quill fiend. And you do that. See, I like doing these extra little areas because it gives you levels, gives you skills, it gives you equipment and everything like that. Because Slash is my absolute favorite primary ability, because it just does so much damage, especially when you get the 4th rune on it. Like, oh, it was amazing. Now, my experience in Diablo 3. So, I used to play on Xbox 360. Yes, Xbox 360. I was actually, well, I was actually alive and coherent when it came out, because let me tell you a little story. So for my, let's say I was like 8. For my 8th birthday, my aunt got me the Xbox. Well, like, if you're old enough, you'll remember. But she got me the Xbox. And then 3 or 4 days later, I go to the... not 3 or 4 days later, I lied. Probably about a week or 2 later into the new year, because my birthday is later in the year. I go to the store to get games, and we go to a GameStop, and they tell me I wanted a newer game. I think it was like it was 2K. It was definitely a 2K. I think it was MLB, but I wanted that, and the guy told me they're not making it for original Xbox anymore. They're only making it for 360. And I was with my mother at the time, and my mother's like, nope, you're not getting the 360. And me, being 8, 9 years old, had a tantrum. And I went along. It was like February at the time. Sorry if I'm sweating. Like, it's super hot in my room, and I can't take anything else off. I don't have AC yet because it's April. It's not summer weather, and all my ACs are broken. Anyways, we get into probably like February, March-ish, and I go with my aunt to Best Buy. And we go in, and the new Crash Bandicoot was out. I remember it. It was the one where you could take control of monsters and stuff like that. That really cool one that kind of bombed like early in its life. But like, it was so cool. And I asked my aunt for it, knowing that they probably didn't make it for the Xbox, original Xbox anymore. So I'm like, oh, Auntie, can we get this? She's like, oh yeah, sure. So she goes and gets a guy. And I'm with my father, and she comes back. She's like, bud, they don't make it for the Xbox. I'm like, what? In my best like 8-year-old acting trance. And she's like, yeah, they don't make it, only for the Xbox 360. And I'm like, oh. And I was so, I acted so disappointed. Like, I will admit right now, it was all an act. Like, I'm sorry if any of my family members are watching and remember this. But my aunt felt so bad for me that she bought me an Xbox 360, the white one. So it was the older one. And she bought me the game. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Auntie. And and then I was with my father as well. And he's like, he gets me in the car. We drop my aunt off. We go back to my house. And he pulls me aside. He's like, you knew they didn't sell that game for that system, did you? And I'm like, yep. He's like, I want to take it away from you, but at the same time, I'm a little bit proud of you. And I'm like, thanks, Dad. You're such a great... Well, I didn't say it at the time, but I was thinking, thanks, Dad. You're such a great influence. But I got my 360, and I played it for a little while. I played it with a few friends every once in a while. And when I was younger, I wasn't really allowed to play multiplayer. Well, online multiplayer. So I really didn't do that. But that's where we're going to have to leave this episode off. It's over 10 minutes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about it, and share my story of how I conned my aunt into getting me a game console. And also leave me a comment telling me how much of a douchebag kid I was. Anyways, guys, I've been the Chain Soldier, you've been my loyal army, and I will see you guys next time.